Here in the green room with Colbie Caillat, her debut album, Coco. Probably one of the biggest records this summer. Easily one of the most played songs this summer. We all know it by heart. Talking about Bubbly, welcome to the green room. It's good to meet you in person.
Hey, Colbie. Coco is your nickname from when you were little, huh?
Yeah.
It fits you. It suits you so well.
Oh, good.
So, do people tell you all the time that you look like Jennifer Aniston? Are you just sick of hearing it?
Just because of the album cover. And now after that, now people are like, oh, I can see it now. But before, I didn't really get it.
Well, as long as you're playing that game, have you ever heard Mariah Carey?
Huh?
That you look like Mariah?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Oh, well, see, I'm the first.
You think so?
Oh, a lot. Yeah,
Really?
I talked to a couple people in the live performance lounge today, too. We thought you
Me neither.
looked and
no.
sounded a little like Mariah at times, too. Yeah.
Oh, that's a compliment.
Yeah, the voice is definitely a compliment. So your voice skills came very early. It was a talent show where you were kind of discovered?
No, well, I started singing when I was 11, and I did I did a school talent show for 6th grade talent show or whatever, and it wasn't like a contest. It was just like everyone can go up and show like what they can do, and me and my friends sang "Killing Me Softly," and that's what I've been singing since then.
You'll ever put that one as a cover on one of your albums, you think?
Maybe. I would love to. I love that song.
It's
not yet,
beautiful.
but I would I'd have to work out my own rendition of it, because I copied Lauryn Hill's version of it, so I'd not have to make my own. I haven't done that yet. So.
Would you say your story is a bit storybook in that you put them up on MySpace? Talk a bit about how MySpace played such a big role in you getting signed to your debut deal.
Well, I put my songs up on MySpace about 1.5 years ago, and well, actually, I didn't even do it. My friend did it for me. I didn't even know how to make the page, and then I finally learned how to use it, and I would slowly get more friend requests and more plays, and people would add my song to their page, and then if their friends heard it, they would add it to their page, and just spread. And it kept going, and my plays went from like 20 to hundreds to a few thousand to then eventually 50,000 plays a day. And then I got onto the top unsigned artist charts, and then that's when record labels noticed.
Did you find yourself going back every day to check to see?
Yeah, at first I was like, I didn't really care. I mean, I cared, but I didn't like notice it too much. And then my dad would be like, "You have like 7,000 plays now," and he's like, "It's gonna keep going." I'm like, "No, like it doesn't." And I wasn't playing shows at the time either, so I didn't see how real it was. But then when I'd start playing out and people would come, they drive from like different states and they knew every word, and I was like, wow, it's true. Like it's not just a fake number on there. Like
what
people.
A great experience that must have been.
So the road is really new for you then.
Yeah, it's really new.
Is it hard? I mean, it must be very tough because you seem like a really down-home, very calm, really health-oriented woman, and the road is really an awful place to be.
It's difficult at times, and I mean, for me, performing is new. I've only been doing it for like 2 years now, but mainly just this past year, and like I had to get some help with it, like choreographer out there. Like I don't do dance moves, but like I used to just stand there with my mic and like not talk or anything, and so now I'm like walk around with it and interact with people. So it's been I just keep working on it and just trying to get better at it.
Did you get help from your band? Was there ever any stage fright or?
Oh, I still have it. I
Really?
still have terrible.
What do you do to
stage
get
fright.
over it?
I just don't. I just get out. I have to do it. Depending on, honestly, it really helps with the crowd. Like this atmosphere, I was honestly so comfortable because of I could hear myself. The crowd was really well. Like they were great, so they made me feel confident up there. Other times, it just depends on the situation.
Wow.
So.
It's tough when you're a new singer-songwriter and you're in these venues where they're trying to get you a little bit more exposure, but then that means people are kind of drinking and talking and maybe not paying as much attention as you'd like them to your music. That's very, very difficult as a new artist. You should get some big beefcake guy up there that's just like, shut the hell up.
Well, like it was difficult for the Goo Goo Dolls tour because we're in these like 10,000 seat venues, and I had a lot of fans there, but when they're spread out over that seating, it looks like there's no one there. So you're just you're like, oh my god, this is really embarrassing. I'm singing, you're like, no one. But then like on the bigger crowds or when I'm like at the Crystal Ballroom, like when it's just filled up, I have so much fun because the fans are amazing.
I would think it'd have to be one of the most heady experiences ever. Having people out there singing your songs, what that must be like.
It's cool because at the end of Bubbly, I can do that and like
you do that
the
whole thing,
crowd,
and it happens organically too. You don't have to kind of make it happen.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
I was really impressed with your forethought to wait until you had an album that felt like you had a lot of really strong singles, because so many people were like, hey, I have a hit, well, let's go, that's enough.
Well, I didn't even think that Bubbly was the
Oh, you didn't?
I thought One Fine Wire was like I don't know, but it's honestly because of the MySpace bands. Each person had their own favorite song. Like Taylor Made has to be on the album, and I'm like, really? Like okay, but because of everyone's opinion and telling me how much they like each song, that's what based me onto leaving the other 5 off the album because like it was just I went with the people's opinion.
Wow, that's fascinating because in some ways you get a much better tempo for what an audience really wants versus artists who have to come through a label shapes them, the label thinks they know what sound is out there, and MySpace is totally democratic that way.
It's the best because then the label just came up and they weren't going to change anything and they let me keep recording the album how we wanted to.
Wow. So what were you doing before? Because you're how old now?
22.
So were you going to go to college or?
I would take classes out of college, at the junior college, just like interior design and photography and like philosophy, just stuff that I was interested in. But I never honestly had like the
thing that fit.
inspiration to like. I didn't want to continue with college. Like I would still want to take classes that I like, but I never wanted to go and get a degree just because it wasn't. I don't know.
Didn't feel it.
It wasn't for me, but like other people, like my best friend, she's all into that, and she's so smart and does great on tests, and I was never good at that. So I just think it's for the kind of person that you want.
So does this feel like the fit for you then, the rest of your life devoted to music?
It does. At first, I just wanted to write and record, but now that I'm getting comfortable up on stage, I am starting to love it. So I'm glad because I have to do it, and now I'm liking it. So it's good.
You mentioned your dad, who's Ken Caillat.
Yeah.
He produced Fleetwood Mac's Rumors and Tusk, so a musical background, and I'm curious how much you think you picked up from your dad over the years.
Well, I picked up a lot. He was the one, my parents, they kept telling me over the years, you can't just be a singer, you have to learn how to play an instrument and write your own songs, and I would take piano lessons and I would quit, and I would just keep going back and forth, and then finally I took guitar lessons when I was 19, and that one just kind of clicked, and everything I think happened at the right time, because right when I learned guitar, my friend Jason Reeves, I didn't know him at the time, but he moved out to California to record with my producer, and I had just been writing, and he helped me continue writing and get better at my writing skills, and so it just, I don't know, timing is everything.
Do you have memories as a little girl, Fleetwood Mac, Mick and Stevie and Lindsay running around? Did they come over to the house for dinner, or were you in the studio a lot when they were recording?
Well, when my dad was recording, it was in the 70s, so like I wasn't there when he did Rivers and Tusk.
Okay.
I wasn't born yet.
You weren't born yet, of course, duh.
But
do the math.
I still, like, my dad has had a record label, and he's been friends with them over the years, and I've hung out with them, and we've gone to Hawaii and stuff like that, everything. But it wasn't like everyday stuff. It was, every once in a while I would see them, but they're all really great, and my dad has taught me so much about the business.
Just one final question. Bubbly's written about a crush. Is that guy still your crush?
It's actually not about a certain guy. It's about wanting a crush. Because I was sitting home bored, and I was like, when it's fun to have a crush on someone. Well, I didn't have. I was like, there's no one I like right now. This is so boring. It's always fun to have just that whatever kind of crush. So that is what Bubbly's about: is missing the feelings that you get when you like someone.
Ah, wow, because remarkably similar to the feeling that you actually were way in love with that person. So you pulled it off brilliantly.
It's like everything that you want when you like someone.
A lot of people's summertime song. It was real nice meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Continued good fortune.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you very much.
And we will see you again next time you're in Portland. Colbie Caillat in the Kink Green Room, KINK.FM.